Turning Red was directed by Domi Shi, and it's the latest Pixar film. And the story follows 13-year-old Mei Lee, who discovers that when she gets excited, she can turn into a giant red panda. So Turning Red, I did a trailer reaction with my brother, and honestly, that was a teaser, and I thought it looked like it would just be one of those fun Pixar movies like Luca. And so more stuff came out, and I was still very much thinking that it would turn into one of those movies like Luca. And then, well, all the reviews started coming out, and most of them I heard were bad. So I was beginning to worry that this was Pixar's first terrible movie. And then I watched it last night on opening night. Actually, I got home from work and watched it. Started it at like 10:45, and it didn't get done until 12:30. So I watched it late last night, and I'm here to give you my thoughts. But before I do, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and comment down below. What did you think of Pixar's Turning Red? Did you think it was Pixar's masterpiece? Or did you think it was a Pixar failure? I would love to know all that down below. If you haven't seen it yet, what are your expectations for it? Are you excited for it, or are you a little bit nervous for the film? And with that said, I honestly, in this, I'm going to give a critic thoughts and then my audience thoughts. So my critic thoughts is, yeah, this is it's Pixar's worst film by a long shot. And this is only critically, but there's so many problems, and I haven't noticed any problems in the other films. But this one, I'm just sitting down and I'm like, okay, no, that's not how you do it. They try to jam-pack so many emotions into one film. They try to jam-pack stuff about puberty, stuff about family, stuff about friends. And there's so much stuff going on, and it's only crammed into an hour and 40 minutes. So that, to me, isn't really that big of a problem. So we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But I can see to a lot of critics and a lot of audience members even that could be a big problem. Obviously, the animation style is beautiful. It's just not Pixar's perfect handcrafted story. There's plot holes everywhere. There's issues. But as a Pixar film and as an audience member, I really enjoyed this film. Now, I know what a lot of you are saying. You're like, okay, sure, you can enjoy it, but it's not a good film. No, it's not a good film. I can tell you that. But, like I said, I really can enjoy this film. I enjoyed watching this with my brother. Just like the film that I can compare it to is Home Sweet Home Alone. They don't have anything in common except they're both released by Disney. But Home Sweet Home Alone is a movie that's absolutely terrible. There's nothing good about it. But I really enjoyed that film because I had a blast watching with my brother. And same with this film. I don't think if someone's going to watch it by themselves and try to act as a critic, they're going to enjoy this film. I think if you just gather around with some of your friends, maybe in a family, you're going to have a good time, because that's what Pixar's trying to do here. I can respect Pixar for what they're doing. What they are doing is, instead of, after the biggest movie that they released for emotions is Soul, after that, they're just trying to handcraft stories with emotions, but not entirely leaning on those emotions to tell their story. Trying to tell intriguing stories, and that's what this was. Luca, for instance, was a movie that I watched on my way home from camp, and I went to camp all the way in Oklahoma, and that's about 7 hours away. So it obviously took my brain from the ride, and I, in general, really enjoyed this with watching it with my friend Acario. This film, I just got home from work, I'm tired, I'm ready to leave this world, and I watch the film, and it takes me out of this world. That's what Pixar is trying to do, and I can really respect them for that. Again, this film has multiple flaws, but in general, I really enjoyed this film. Now let's get on to like the specifics. The animation, obviously, I've noticed that in every single Pixar movie, it's completely different. This one's more like an anime, and for being an anime, it's got beautiful animation. And you can't watch a Pixar movie and say, yeah, this animation wasn't good. The animators are the best. It's beautiful to watch. Every sequence is so engaging because of the animation, and that's really what I think a lot of critics are just going to rely on, is the animation. I also enjoy the story. It's so much different from other Pixar movies that it's something really, really kind of off for a Pixar movie. But I really enjoyed it. Like, what other Pixar movies are you going to see that, spoiler warning, 3, 2, 1, click on, go forward. If you don't want to hear spoil, 3 to 1. What other Pixar movies are you going to see a giant panda, like Godzilla, come crash a K-pop concert, and then a whole battle? What other movies are you going to see that in? And Pixar's just trying stuff new, and obviously, I can really respect that for that. Spoilers over. So, yes, all of that stuff, it just goes in a new direction. The voice acting, pretty cool. I think the character of Mei Lee is written to be a little bit annoying at times, but it's just a 13-year-old, and 13-year-olds are annoying, period. So, it's not that big of a deal, but the voice acting was pretty good. Obviously, they got the best voice actors in the game. That's what Pixar does. So I really enjoyed listening to the voices, and they all had great chemistry. Again, my one negative is the fact that there's multiple negatives, that it's just trying to cram pack so many things in here at once. Emotions about puberty, family, friends, all that kind of stuff, and it just jam packs it into one thing. And I can tell critics are all like, okay, that's like 3 different movies. And that's a big problem for me when it comes to other movies. And here it kind of fits, though, because, I mean, it's fine. I don't really necessarily hate it. I just understand what people are coming for when they say that. And again, like what I was talking about earlier, the story being different, I could totally tell that people, one of the main reasons they're not enjoying this is because of that story being different. Obviously, I enjoyed that because I was looking for something new. But critics might not, and that's my big problem, is that this film was mainly geared to audiences and not critics. That's why I'm pretty sure a lot of the reviews I've seen have not been good, and even though a lot of them I've read have been good, a lot of them have not been good. So, I think this was definitely geared to the audience, and I am completely fine with that. Pixar definitely tries something new with this movie. The more recent movies are really reminiscent of movies like Up right here, movie where it really leans heavily on the emotions, and then it's just a nice, fun adventure. A lot of Pixar needs to do is start relying on having the fun adventures and entertaining kids while also having intricate emotions from, like, to make adults get invested in this. So, I think Pixar really nails it with this movie again. It's another Pixar masterpiece. Pixar is easily the best, period, at making animation movies. They are really good. Overall, I'm going to give Turning Red, I was kind of debating on this, but I'm going to give it an A. How about an 8.5 out of 10? And 4 stars. So, comment down below, what did you think of Pixar's Turning Red? Stay tuned for my Pixar ranking. It's going to be kind of different because a lot of the movies I haven't seen in a while, and a lot of movies I have seen in recent times. So it's going to be a little bit of a different ranking, but stay tuned for that. It should be coming in a couple of days. Obviously, I'm going to go see the Batman. I've got tickets for Tuesday. I'm so hyped for that. And then I am watching Scream and The Adam Project. A lot of movies I have to watch, and so stay tuned for multiple reviews. I, again, really missed you guys, and I really missed filming these reviews. So with that said, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and comment down below, what did you think of Turning Red? And if you haven't seen it, what is your expectations for it? And with that said, as always, make sure to subscribe to join the Nerd Army. Peace out.